bit of room for optimization. Gank is not a very popular speed game from what I can tell. I have not seen a single tutorial on how to run the game. I've even had comments saying that I've cheated some of my records, even though they use some of the most fundamental glitches, showing the lack of knowledge most people have. So today I've decided I'm going to do a tutorial on a lot of the main stuff that you need in order to run the game. So for a start, I'm going to start off with the any percent runs, mainly the normal, brutal, and mega brutal, as those are the ones that still have a decent bit of room for optimization, so the ones I want to see the most people doing. So starting off, you want to use the nanovirus for all of them except for casual. I'll get to that later. You'll use the Nurex one for that. But the main thing you need, these don't matter too much. Metabolic hijack is a must. Symptostasis is a must. Everything else you can customize based on what you think and like your own testing. But apart from that, yeah, I like normal because you finish more runs. Brutal and mega brutal, because you are very aggressive with your symptoms and stuff like that, you will get shut out of countries. I'd say about 80% of runs, and the ones you do finish usually aren't fast enough. You can name it whatever. Right, so the first thing I'm going to show is the most basic glitch in speedrunning that you need to know. So first of all, always start in Saudi Arabia. That's like one of the most well-known things ever. Right, you start, and here comes the key glitch. Often in Plague Inc. speedruns, you will see people gaining disease points in the menu screen. Like if you look at any record, you'll see that. How that is done is you have a text box like this and speed up time. Now it's running, right? I'm going to put it to 1x speed because otherwise I'm going to get cured. But at this point, if you'll look, I will get, let's see if I get DNA here. This should work, but as you can see, I got DNA. So I just go in. You want to start off, you want to get symptoms. So I'm going to sort of talk whilst I play. You want to get a lot of symptoms and go to the transmissions later. Purely because the symptoms give more infectivity for a much lower cost. Skin lesions is a very good one. This is like key. I always go here, 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 and then focus on the rest. These two are good because this one offers quite a bit. And then I get these two. And then I will get these three. This one here as well. And then I may get necrosis at this point, or I may choose to not do that. And so, at this point, you basically just wait. You get everything you need. I'm going to speed up time. But yeah, do not close these boxes if you want the glitch to work. Alright, back to 1x speed. Because things are starting to pick up a little bit. I'm starting to infect more countries. You don't really need to look at this screen at all. You can just stay in the menu the entire time. Like, that is something you can do. Something you want to also keep an eye out for is this. Like, keep an eye out on your cure progress. So in terms of transmissions, I get air, water, I get birds, and then I get these two. I don't bother going for the last one. I personally feel like it's unnecessary, but you can adjust it based on your playstyle. The key is just to be very aggressive. Like, very aggressive. And realistically, you don't have to worry about the cure because of how fast you're infecting everyone. Like, that's the way I look at it. You don't want to devolve, anything like that. Like, you don't want to play it safe. You want to be as aggressive as you can be. This one's a good one. And for nanovirus, this ability is very useful for later when you're trying to finish up infecting. Because this maxes out your infectivity for a short period of time. But you don't want to use it too early because it slows down your infectivity long run. So in these later stages, I'm going to get this, and now I'm going to focus on getting drug resistance 1. Drug resistance 2 is optional. I personally prefer to get it, but that's just me. See, even at 1x speed, you can see I'm getting DNA really fast. And then necrosis is the first deadly thing you get always, because this allows dead people to be infected faster. You can go for total organ failure. The key is, if you're not in Greenland already, don't become too lethal. That's the key. If you are too lethal, you will kill off all of your hosts. That is like one of the biggest run killers. Right, so at this point, I've noticed I'm mostly infected. Greenland's just been infected, and so I'm going to make it so that everything is hyper, whatever. I like to get this to speed up the infection of Greenland just because it's rural. And then at this point, I just start getting all of the deadly symptoms. Like, I can see everything's being infected. Iceland and the Caribbean aren't, so this is probably going to be a failed run. But that doesn't take away the instructive value, I guess, of just getting everything you need. Like, at the end, this is what you will see. You will want this. This is the ideal setup. You can have these two and all of this. Odds are you're going to get a lot of runs that die to the Caribbean mainly. Greenland isn't too much of a problem. This run's dead because of Iceland. However, that doesn't mean it didn't work. So at 3 times speed, this would have been much faster. But that is mainly what you want to do. The strategies are constantly evolving and you can change up orders and stuff like that. But apart from that, that's all you really need to know for the normal difficulty. And as it finishes up, I've killed all my hosts, that's a loss. But that still shows you what you would need to do in this scenario. And next up, I'm going to show you a completed run that I did, or I'm going to do, and I'm going to try and commentate over it. Alright. And here is the instructive run. Timing starts when you press the red arrow, and that is, so you can see I started my timer and I go to the symptoms. Some of you notice I do a lot throughout the run is flick between the main menu and this menu. That is just personal preference. I like to see where I'm at, but you really don't need to. So I start off, I get all of these symptoms I want. I want to get a little bit of lethality so that it can kill. There are some much riskier strategies where you get a lot of lethal symptoms earlier, but I don't like that personally. So I've gotten the symptoms I want, I've moved on to the transitions. I'm just waiting on the DNA I need. Like, one thing you need to know when playing this game is mechanics are almost void. You can have really bad mechanics and still get a really good run. Because this game is all luck, it's all RNG. However, there are a few things, like the strategy in the game is something key. Like, I've created some of my own strategizing. Like, I've been trying to figure out the optimal time to, say, use stuff like the max infectivity, which is unique to the nanovirus. I probably should have gotten more lethal symptoms here, but I decided to play it safe and go rural. I noticed Greenland's infected, so I get the max infectivity. I start, like, spamming the deadly symptoms. And this is the end game. And at this point, there's nothing you can do. You've done everything you can. You just sit here and wait. That is, like, all you do. You just see your time ticking up and the nerves set in. And that is the instructive run. Alright. One final thing I would like to add is that there is a Plague Inc. Discord server for speedrunning. There's a Plague Inc. server for mobile Plague Inc. and there's a server for Plague Inc. Evolved speedrunning. The two are very different because of the speeds that you can go at. For example, you can't go at 3 times speed on mobile. That's just not something you can do. And in Plague Inc. Evolved, a lot of mechanics and how the game works is different. And one final thing, that example was quite a slow one. Like, you could probably beat that time really easily. I just played it safe for the sake of instructive purpose. So I do hope that this was really helpful. If you feel like you need help, just I'm going to put the link to the Discord server in the description. You can come talk to me about it, talk to one of the people in the server. There's a lot of really helpful people. Like, I'm no expert at the game, I just run it. So, I hope this has been helpful to some people. Hopefully, I won't get another commenter saying that I'm cheating and that they know I'm cheating, because now they know how to do it. So yeah.